When Moreton Bay was a convict settlement, the free settlers weren't allowed within 80 kilometres of it. But in 1842, the convict era ended and districts like this were opened up for farming. In fact, the rich flats surrounding Armstrong Creek paved the way for one of the first selections. Armstrong Creek Country Getaway is just outside Dayborough, only 45 minutes northwest of Brisbane. It's adjoined on three sides by Brisbane Forest Park. These days, it's a working beef cattle and stud goat farm. But over the years, it's also produced timber for half the houses in Strathpine and earlier this century, bananas. At one time, there were more bananas grown in the Dayborough area than anywhere else in southeast Queensland. Now, this is what's left of the old flying fox. She doesn't look like much now, but in its heyday, she sent bananas flying down from the top of that slope. The original banana smoothie. Current owners Lynn and Lindsay Chicken are staking their future in these South African Boer goats. Boers are the only goats bred for meat rather than milk or wool. Why did you get into them?
Mainly because of the production. We can run 3 of these to the acre, whereas with the cattle we could only run 1 beast to every 10 acres.
Lindsay, tell us about the meat on these blokes.
The meat, it's much like lamb if it's eaten young. Yeah. And it's very low cholesterol meat. It's probably nearly as low as kangaroo.
Is that right? In the past, others have sought their fortune here another way. Gold was prospected along Armstrong Creek during the Depression, and they say there might still be a nugget or two yet to be claimed. Lynn, you've obviously got your hands full out here. Why open it up to the tourist trade?
Well, it was a decision we had to make, Rupert, with the way the rural industry has become. You've really got to diversify into something. We didn't want to leave the property, and it just seemed the obvious thing to do.
Lynn, apart from the great history that surrounds this place, what are some of the other attractions?
Horse riding's very popular. People like canoeing. We've got a nice big lake down there.
Kids
Fishing.
love that.
Oh, kids love that. Yeah, they can canoe, they can swim. We've also got the farm activities if there's children involved. Actually, we get quite a few adults, not just children, who want to come and milk the cow. Everybody wants to milk the cow on the farm, but hand feeding the animals, collecting the eggs, that type of thing. And if they want to be involved, they can, and if they want to be on their own, they can. If you're up for it, and with the breakfast eyed this morning, you probably should be. And the chickens have mapped out some terrific walks. Now, the longest will take you 3.5 hours with some steep grades, but the hard work is rewarded with some great views, including, on a clear day, Moreton Bay. After which, the prospect of a comfy bed looks all the more inviting at the end of an eventful day. Armstrong Creek Country Getaways offer a variety of accommodation. The barn sleeps about 24 people, so it's great for big family get-togethers or even small conferences. There are 2 secluded self-contained cottages, or you can pack your tent and go camping. A 3-night stay in a cottage for a family of 4 or 5 costs just $270. And if you want to bring the family dog, that's fine, but it'll have to stay on its leash. They look after you here at Armstrong Creek, don't they, kids? Yeah. If you've got a spare weekend coming up and you want to get away from the big smoke and replace it with the smoke of the campfire, then this is well worth a look.